Welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to this segment, Hallmark Holiday Movie Face-Off! Hi guys, I'm so excited you guys are back today. We have two more Hallmark movies that we are taking apart and seeing which one is the best. So this past week we had two new Hallmark movies, and it was On the 12th Day of Christmas and One Royal Holiday. Both amazing. To be honest, when I was looking at these, I was having a really hard time choosing which one was my favorite. Now that I've actually gone through and kind of dissected them a little bit, I definitely think I picked the better of the two. I'm so excited. They were both really good, and if you haven't watched them, go check them out. So here we go. Let's take a look. Here are the elements we're taking a look at. Either a 90s or 1000s actress you forgot, a male counterpart who's extremely attractive, some form of Christmas element, small town, a child or pet element that affects the storyline, someone is dead, there's a family failing business, there's some form of supernatural element, there is a big conflict, and did the main actor and actress kiss? Let's dive into it. So, in One Royal Holiday, the main character is played by, the main girl is played by Lauren Osnes. We're going to pretend like I pronounced that correctly. She is not a forgotten actress. She was in Dynasty, but the thing that she really is known for is musicals. She is a Broadway actress, and it was really nice to see that because her counterpart in this movie, Aaron Tveit, is also a actor on Broadway. So it was nice to see them together. Aaron Tveit is also in it. Like I said before, he is the main guy, and he plays the prince. And some things that he is known for is Grease Live. He was also in Les Mis as well. On the 12th Day of Christmas, for the actress, we have Mallory Jansen. Again, she was not a 90s or 2000 actress you forgot. She has had a lot of different roles recently. Her main ones, I would say, are Young and Hungry and Gallivant, or at least those are the ones I know her from. She did so good in those. And it was so funny because I feel like in those ones she played the evil character, and then you have her in this movie and she is the most bubbly, Christmas loving character. Like, she's just so full of life, and I love it, and it's so different from what I'm used to seeing her in, so that was a lot of fun. And then you have Tyler Hynes, who, for me, is not who I would typically put in for a male counterpart, but he did fantastic. He played his character really well, and I'm definitely sure that's why they picked him. He's in random one-episode stuff, and he's in a lot of Hallmark movies too, so I guess he is kind of unknown. But let's look at the next thing. Holiday. The Christmas element is the prince and his mom are stuck in Boston, and they run into Laura Owens' character, and she takes them to her family's inn in the middle of nowhere in Connecticut. And this little tiny small town has a festival surrounding Christmas, surrounding the inn that her parents have, and there's this big pajama ball on Christmas Eve. So that is the Christmas element in that movie. It's basically a movie that takes place, and it's all Christmas stuff all the time. It was great. On the 12th Day of Christmas, I loved this storyline. I thought it was so cute. Basically what happened is both of the main characters work in the same building, and they are game creators, so they create scavenger hunts and things like that. So they work together to create the 12 dates of Christmas instead of the 12 days of Christmas. And it's a scavenger hunt to lead to this new renovated hotel in Chicago. And it was just a cute idea of bringing all these different elements together and using the 12 Days of Christmas song to make this. It was so good. I like that Christmas element as well. A small town. So the little town in Connecticut from One Royal Holiday is where the story takes place. So that definitely had the small town aspect. Unfortunately, in the 12th dates of Christmas, which is so hard to say because all I want to say is the 12 days of Christmas, the only small town aspect you have is that the main girl character, is from a small town. So it was there. I wouldn't say it took up much of the storyline though. a child or pet element. There was none in One Royal Holiday. The only thing I would say, though, is that I think the queen was such a good character that I feel like they didn't really need a child or pet aspect in there. Like, she was just so quirky and cute. I loved it. I loved it. On the 12th day of Christmas, the main guy character, he had a niece, and she did take up a good portion of the storyline. He's over at his sister's house all the time, and obviously the niece is there, and they talk about how the niece's father is overseas, and that and because of one of the big things about his storyline is that the house that his sister and niece are in is falling apart, so that takes up a good portion of it, so she's brought up for that as well. Someone is dead. Wouldn't be a Hallmark movie without a sad aspect. In One Royal Holiday, Aaron Tveit character, his father just died. About Laura Owen's character, her mother died when she was still in high school, so we had that. On the 12th day of Christmas, the main person that died that affects the storyline is Tyler Hane's character's grandfather. The reason it affects the storyline is because when he died, him and his sister bought or were given the house that they live in, which is now one of the bigger issues in the story because the house is falling apart that they're living in. The next thing, failing family business. So neither of them really had this. The only stretch that I could really come up with in One Royal Holiday is the fact that because the king is dead, the parliament in his country is trying to basically say that the royal family doesn't care, they don't matter, and Aaron Tveit's character is basically trying to show that they do care. And, neither of them had supernatural elements. So the big conflict in each. So in One Royal Holiday, the biggest conflict basically is that Aaron Tveit's character lives in another country because he helps rule that country. And it's not America, shockingly, which is where it takes place. So the big conflict is that they don't want to do long distance, basically. Shocker, at the end, they decided to do long distance. From the 12th day of Christmas, the biggest conflict is that both Mallory Jansen and Tyler Hane's characters go for the same promotion. And Tyler Hanes doesn't bring it up until closer to the end of the project that they're working on together. So that creates conflict between the two of them, and whatever romancy stuff they had at the beginning kind of died, which was really sad because it was nice. And last but not least, do they kiss? In both movies, that's a big freaking yes. One Royal Holiday, he finally goes back to his country, which I cannot remember the name of, and gives his big Christmas Eve speech and somehow flies back to Connecticut just in time for the pajama party ball. And they kiss. And it was so cute and I love them. And the 12th day to Christmas, what happens is she finds out that she actually got the promotion and he gets a different one. And he leaves a little scavenger hunt clue for him to find her. And he keeps talking and talking, and she's basically like, shut up and kiss me. And they kiss, and it's beautiful. That's my favorite part about Hallmark movies, when they're all happy at the end, because, you know, that's real life, right? Okay, let's look at the tallies. One Royal Holiday got 7 out of 10, and 12th Day to Christmas, 5 out of 10. And this is very interesting because they were both quality movies. I definitely think that these ones would be ones I would watch over and over again on Hallmark. That's how good they were. But definitely my favorite was One Royal Holiday. It definitely had more of the aspects. And I love when a prince and a random person just fall in love. Or a princess and a random person. It's so magical. So, you guys gotta check those out. Next week we are taking a look at Never Kiss a Man in a Christmas Sweater and Christmas with the Darlings. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.